Yo, what is up, everybody? What is up, party people? Welcome to the KillJoy Jake stream. We already have some amazing people in here. Sorry we are late, by the way. I have some amazing guests that I want to talk all about in a second here. And we are once again doing a hot wing stream. Surprise hot wing stream. Guess what? We have some Carolina Reaper hot wings. If you guys want to throw a $5 super chat out there, these idiots will eat some of that for you. There you go. They're like, oh God, we regret this decision so much. I want to say hi to a few people real quick. We have Anakin Shark. I can't pronounce that other word. I know that Neve Campbell will not be in Scream 6, but if they say she died off screen, then I will walk out of the theater and boycott any of the other Scream films. I can't argue with that, Anakin. We're going to talk about that because apparently there's some rumors going on about Neve Campbell possibly being in 6 or not. It's all just rumors, but it's interesting. We have Tatum Riley Heather here. What is up, Tatum? What's up? What's up? Hey, Jake, how are you? Glad to be here. Hello, everyone. Hello. Hello.
Hey, hello there.
Welcome. We'll introduce these gentlemen in a second here. Screaming for Conrad is here. What is up? What is up? I'm going to be a channel member real soon. Awesome, Conrad. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. You're the best. Fritz Crawford is here. What's up? What's up? Scream 6 is going to be wild. It's going to be a musical as well, according to Easton Plays.
Joker 2. It's going to have
Joker 2 energy.
Lady Gaga is going to replace Neve Campbell as Sidney Prescott.
Yes. That sounds awesome. Jen Warner is here as well. What is up, Jen? How's it going? What's up? What's up? Let's see. Wayne is here. What's up, Wayne? Hi, everyone. It's a cold Monday morning here in Sydney, Australia. God, it's early there. Wayne, thank you for stopping by the stream so early. We appreciate it. Welcome, welcome. Welcome. Who? I see a bunch of people in the stream. Welcome, everybody. I will say hello to everyone in just a second here. First, though, got to say hi to a few more people, a few more wonderful folks who are some of my channel supporters. I just wanted to thank all the Ghostface tier patrons. Thank you to Shazeb, Gregory, Michael, Chris, Baby on a Plane, Kirsten, Jen Warner, Carrie, Valerie, Jordan, James, Necessary Distraction, Dino, Kirsten, Smells Like Teen Horror, Jacob Browning, Just Incredible, Michael Parton, and Hawkins House of Horror. Thank you guys so much for supporting me. Jason tier patrons as well. Nikki, Lee, Margaret, Justin, Jesse, Tabbitha, Jason, was there 2 Jasons in there? No, there's just 1 Jason. Flash Skywalker 13, Ruckus, and Chrissy. Thank you so much for your support. And my top supporters, Freddy tier patrons, Hunting for Entertainment, and The Bearded Entertainment. Thank you guys all for your support. Thank you. I greatly appreciate it. And we already got ourselves a $10 super chat, which I think you guys know what that means. Denisha, thank you so much.
Wait.
Hey, Jake, you're freaking amazing. I'm joining the membership soon. Thank you. Thank you so much, Denisha. Well, I think this is a perfect time to introduce some of my amazing guests here.
Evil dies in 110 nights.
Evil dies in 100. Good. We have some Halloween fans in the house, so we will definitely be talking a little bit about that as well. But first, I want to introduce Sean from Zonleader Studios, who I talk about so often, and also Christian Peralta, who is both of these gentlemen are involved in Red Right Hand. Welcome, guys. What's up?
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, of course. What's up? How you doing?
I didn't know we were doing the hot wings, but you know what?
I just roped you into this like
You're like, hey, come on.
You have been roped into this this very fun little challenge. So here we go. We just went to a place we cannot disclose because we're not sponsoring them, but we do. We got some Carolina Reaper wings. So Sean, if you don't mind, would you mind pulling them puppies out? Because we're gonna talk about horror movies.
I believe.
Oh, those look angry.
These look like we'll die if we eat them, but all right.
Well, we might die, but Denisha, thank you so much for the super chat. Because of that, we're going to go nuts with all of this. So here we go. These are the Blazin' Wings from a New York Crazy Wings. I can't say the actual name of it, but I think you can get that. Yeah. Gone Wild Wings. So let's just get this. I have some wipes ready too, gentlemen.
Napkins.
I got the wet wipes, bro. I got you covered. There's still sauce on here from the last time I did this. So
Blood stains.
Blood stains. Yes. I am very excited. This might incapacitate me, but yes, we will be talking about Scream tonight as well as some Halloween stuff. Maybe we might even get in some other stuff because we got some Sam Raimi fans here tonight. Might talk a little about. Look at that, man's came prepared.
I came prepared.
And you kind of just he's still in the island vibes. He just went to Florida, so he's feeling like the. There you go. And wait,
I went to North Carolina.
Close enough. You know, it's same place pretty much. You know, no. No. So who wants to take a crack at these babies first?
We all got to do it at the same time.
Yeah.
To do this.
Yes.
Hot one style.
And I'm gonna be honest, these are a little crazier than the wings from last time. So we're all only going to do one bite. Like I said, this is a Carolina Reaper sauce. So this is going to be much worse than last time. We only got 6 of these because, like I said, like they're pretty bad. They're gonna. I've done a Carolina Reaper before. It's a little rough, but here we go, gentlemen. All right, let's do this for you, Denisha. Thank you so much for the super chat. Let's get it going.
For good cause.
Okay.
Oh, that's pretty good.
I'll back away. I don't think you guys want to hear me chewing, so back away a little bit.
Some ASMR from KillJoy Jig. Live.
Oh, jeez. Okay, I feel that.
That's a kick. Oh, that's got a kick. Woo! Oh, and yes, we have some milk handy, Christina Blackwell. But thank you for becoming a patron recently, by the way. Thank you so much.
Good. Actually, that was not as terrible.
It's still going. It's a slow burn. It is a slow burn, and wow. Woo!
I'll put this over here. Unless you need this.
I'm gonna need it.
Well, here's a cup.
I'm gonna leave that right there. Oh, thank you. Yes.
Come on,
Woo!
bite, man. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you're enjoying that?
Someone donate again. Do it.
He's going.
No.
He's going for it. All right. Damn, those are a lot spicier than last time, though. I'll tell you what.
I'm gonna lay this on the table here, so I can come back to it.
Okay, cool. We got
Someone said scoot over, smack them lips.
making some spice. What? Scoot forward, Jake. Smack them lips. Ooh, Flash Skywalker. Damn, it's getting spicy in here in so many different ways. Rut row. Yes, but to get the conversation started, because we want to talk a little bit about Scream 6, of course. I'm going to wipe my hands because I already know I'm going to wipe my eye or something and then be in just miserable pain in a second.
That was good. I instinctively almost went for another bite, and I'm like, wait, no.
Dude, I'm so glad you like it, Christian, because
I feel on the lips a little bit, but
Christian's like Pinhead in his first day in hell. He's like, that's actually pretty nice.
Oh,
I like this.
Oh, this whole pain thing is actually pretty fun. So I want to ask you guys about your opinion on the upcoming Scream film. We are going to be set in New York City this time. It's rumored that it's also going to be taking place during Halloween time as well. How did you guys? So actually, first question: how did you guys like the first movie that just came out? Not the first movie, the 5th film, Scream 2022, that came out earlier this year. What are your guys' takes on that film?
Oh man, I don't know. It was fun.
I liked it. It was like I'm in the minority because I liked it. Like I don't think it's the greatest, but it surprised me. Something consistent with the Scream movies is the fact that every single time like there's a killer reveal, it always surprises me. Every single time, like I'd be like, I did not expect that person to be the killer, and they did a really good job with that. And especially the fact that it wasn't directed by Wes Craven. It's pretty impressive actually that it wasn't shit. You know?
It wasn't shit, so you guys are impressed.
It
Nice.
felt very consistent, I think, with the other 4. It felt like another Scream movie. I think it didn't feel like this big triumphant return to Scream or anything, but it was just another Scream movie. I thought I was like, all right. I think it could have done more with like the meta sense.
Yeah,
because it seemed like they had a conversation about requels, and then the rest of the movie was like a parody of The Force Awakens.
Which is like, very strange, right? It doesn't feel like it fits.
I was like, that's not. Force Awakens isn't a requel, it's a sequel. This is supposed to be about requels. Let's make fun of Halloween 2018 and Candyman and Texas Chainsaw 3D.
Let's not talk about that.
Why we didn't talk about Texas Chainsaw 3D is beyond me in the new Scream film. But no, I completely concur with you guys.
I hear that title, and I get a full Winter Soldier mode. I hate that movie with a burning passion.
Oh man! But you real quickly, because just to touch on Texas Chainsaw real quick. I know you guys did really enjoy the new 2022 one though.
Oh yeah.
Which is that's a hot take apparently.
Hot take.
Speaking of spicy wings, hot wings, hot takes tonight.
I think my expectations were just so low.
Oh yeah, we were
same.
When I went in expecting just the worst movie ever because
we were ready to just tear it to shreds, and kills just kind of distracted us from that because the kills were so good.
The
We were like, oh well, all right.
Bus scene, man. I was like,
Yeah.
As soon as that wrist snaps, that's when the movie.
Oh, the wrist snap. What a creative kill, too. Like, seriously.
Up until that moment, it's just kind of like, all right, what are we doing? But that's like the first 25 minutes, and then after
Yes.
that wrist snaps, it's like the rest of the movie is just full throttle. So I was like, I enjoyed it.
Oh no, I enjoyed it too. I'm glad that there's more people out there that did really like it. So that's always a good thing. I know it was very polarizing, like all over like Twitter and like just in the spaces. A lot of people dislike the new Texas Chainsaw, but I think that 3D was so much worse than that in my opinion.
Yeah.
Like.
If you think
Just
that
my
was
take,
the
of course.
worst, you haven't seen 3D, or you haven't seen the whole series, I would say.
Next Generation, bro. That's a masterpiece right there.
It is
Next
a
Generation is the best movie that I've ever seen in my life.
Yes, but keeping on the topic of Scream, are you guys so with the last movie? Are you guys excited to follow these new characters, especially into the new film now that we don't have Nev Campbell leading the franchise anymore?
You know, when I first heard that, I was like, oh, that's not gonna be good. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, you know,
She wasn't super prevalent in Scream 5.
She wasn't. And like I said, Scream 5 was just another Scream movie for me. So I think having one where she's not in it is really going to set it aside from the other four and make it really different. Them changing the setting to New York and the time of year and not having her in there. They're going to have to get creative. And, you know.
Right, yeah.
Think about, this is off topic, but think about like The Walking Dead when Rick Grimes left. A lot of people checked out, but the writers had to get creative to keep it fresh after that. So it's like, I'm open-minded.
There's like
I'll watch it.
The pro and con, like so the con is that, you know, Nev Campbell's, if she's not in it, she's not in it. Sidney Prescott's not in it. You know, it's big, but the pros is now that that's gone, now that that's off the table, you can kind of do anything now. You don't have to make it tied to Sidney Prescott anymore. You can kind of do what you want, you know?
It's interesting. I feel like we can go anywhere now with it. Like the future is like what is going to happen next, you know? Like I genuinely don't know. I'm a little upset that the whole payment situation, all that really sucks. And I want to see her back in it, but I am kind of excited for the future to see like what can they do now? Like what can they do without having to focus on legacy characters, tell a brand new story in this franchise? I'm still excited for it, but it could go in a bad way. So it's a risky time to be a to be a Scream fan for sure. John Smith says milk and hot wings. Why not some some nice cold beer? Which is funny, John. I want to tell you a little bit about this. I found out this past weekend that I am alcohol intolerant and I can't drink anymore. Which is kind of like it's a weird new step for Jake. I don't drink a whole lot, but I'll have a beer like once a week or something with dinner, you know, every now and then. I really just can't drink anymore, which is funny. Milk does distinguish the heat for wings as well, which is specifically why we're drinking that. Otherwise, I think I'd be dead. My lips are still on fire at the moment, which is
Mine are too. Mine are burning.
my thoughts are going to go all over the place. It's going to be a very interesting discussion. But are you guys excited for the New York setting though? Because it's something really different for a Scream film.
I love that. I actually think that's a really interesting way to go because we haven't seen like a big shift like that in this franchise. You know, I mean, I'm excited to see what they can do because.
Think about the chase scenes through like a New York alleyway or something, like a big building.
Taxi chase.
Ghostface in a taxi.
As long as the first half of the movie isn't set on a boat.
Ghostface takes Manhattan.
The movie? Yeah. Not half. That's generous, man.
I am being generous. But yeah, you know, with New York, that could be a cool thing because like. The thing with Scream 5 is the locations for me is like another thing that harkens back to The Force Awakens is the whole third act of the movie takes place where the whole third act of the original takes place. So it's like Starkiller Base, Death Star, Stu's house. You know, it's like and then
Death Star, Stu's house.
Death Star, Stu's house. They're the same thing,
pretty much. Yeah,
essentially, narratively, from a narrative structural like position, they're the same thing. But like, I'm kind of like, let's like go away from that and go do like something crazy and weird. That's why I liked Scream 3 so much was because so much of it was on like a Hollywood set.
It's fun.
They were
it's
able
different,
to
right?
recreate
you know?
sets from the other movies, but artificially as Hollywood sets within the story, so it's like meta being meta.
Like that last chase with Sydney in Scream 3, you know, where she's like running through all the sets and all that. I love that. That's a really cool
she's
little...
in a room in Stu's house, running into a room in her own house.
Right,
it's
right.
Like it's running
weird.
through her own life being chased by Ghostface, and I think that's actually pretty brilliant.
3's really underrated to me, man. I love Scream 3, man. I really do like that.
You gotta embrace it. You gotta embrace the madness.
Clement has figured me out. I do have friends. What? Oh, no. I definitely did not pay these gentlemen to sit here and eat wings with me. No, that did not happen. I swear.
You have to change your whole logo or your tagline now.
Yeah, the whole thing. I
have friends and horror movies.
Friends and horror movies. That's like, okay, why are you saying that before? What? Scream 6, it's ghostin' time. I just really appreciated that too. T. Parker Evans. We're all of us are Morb heads here, so we're all big Morbius fans. So I'm glad you made that little reference there. Yes, no, but I'm very excited for the New York setting. I think it's going to be really cool. We also just had Jenna Ortega on the red carpet say that it's going to be a much brutal ghost face, like gorier kills. It's gonna up the body count and all that.
That's what I want to see, man.
That's what you want to see? I'm assuming in the new Scream film.
Yeah, I want to see that because like Scream 4, I think was the goriest we've ever had, in my opinion, from what I remember from watching them. Like, we straight up had like a lot of disemboweling and like that.
Oh, Olivia's death,
dude. In the head, and he's like, like the knife stuck in his head. Yeah, it's like that was the most brutal ghost face of all of them. So it's like if we can top that, I'll be happy. I thought Scream 5 was like on the same level as maybe the first 3, maybe 2 or 3, but if we can like top Scream 4 with the body count and the gore, that'd be awesome.
Did you like the knife kill through like Wes's neck or whatever?
I did like that. That was cool.
That was good.
That was cool.
I really enjoyed that. I don't know. That was for whatever reason that was like my favorite from 5. But yeah, no, I agree. 4 is very gory, man. It's really hard to hear Jake's buddies. We'll get the mic a little close to them, Anthony. Thank you so much for the heads up. Yeah, no. So I think that Scream 6 has to be gorier. You know, this is such a departure from what we know usually about the franchise. I say just take a big leap and see what happens. Sometimes, you miss, but it could work. It all depends. This franchise has never really been known for.
I was gonna say maybe move it down.
That's actually a good idea.
More in the middle as much as you can.
I love this. This stand is amazing. I love this.
Really?
This is so nice. You can kind of just do whatever you want with it. And it's like, so just when we're talking, guys, we can just lean in just a little more.
Okay, yeah. That's cool.
No, so I really am excited for a more gorier Ghostface, some crazier kills. I want to see like something insane. Like you have so many elemental kind of kills that you could do, or like environmental, I mean, is the word I meant to use, where you could have like you could push someone off of a building and have them impaled on a street sign, something like that. Like
punch their head off.
Someone punches, Ghostface punches somebody's head off,
after some fisticuffs,
right. Yeah, and Ghostface is gonna kick a boombox in Times Square. That's I mean, I think it's gonna be great.
Someone's gonna get in a taxi and Ghostface is gonna be like in the front seat. He's going, so where to? I like Eddie Brock in Spider-Man 3.
I could like unironically see that happening.
So where to?
No, I'm very excited. I'm very pumped for it though. How about a pair of killers who idolize some of the sequel killers, tired of the Billy and Stu worship?
I agree with that, actually. Yeah, I would like to see more branching out of that, because, I'm a little exhausted on Billy and Stu. That was, I don't know, I was a little worried when they did, who was it, Sam Carpenter, it was like a descendant or whatever of Billy Loomis. I was like, I was a little worried, but they handled it pretty well. I'm just kind of tired of Billy and Stu having it over and over again. It's over and over. Could we just move on a little bit?
I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, I really want them to just like, and not everything has to relate to the past. I mean, I know, we can talk about Scream 3 all day where Randy says, it all goes back to the past, but does every sequel have to go back to the past at this point? Let's do something else. Let's do something different. So
this next one will be like, they'll be like, let the past die, kill it.
It's like, just a total
follow the Star Wars sequels over the course of the.
Do you guys think that Gale Weathers is going to die in Scream 6? This is another question I had. Because if we're following Star Wars format.
Oh man, That's a tough one.
Tough question.
I don't think that would be a good idea if they did.
I don't think so either.
It's like
I'm still on the fence about Dewey, man. You know, I mean,
I didn't like. I disagreed with them killing Dewey. I did not like that one bit. I was like, yeah, I don't know, but I don't know if they can't get Nev Campbell back and they want to have at least one of the original back. They should keep Gil.
Yeah, no, I agree. She's got to live. Like this franchise is so centered around like legacy characters. You know what I mean? Like this is like building up characters. What other slasher franchise does that?
Right.
You know, I mean, like I think they have to do that. So yeah, no, but moving on a little bit because I want to talk about we want to talk about a lot of different topics. I have Sean and Christian on today, by the way, because we're thinking about starting a new like little like weekly show on here where it's like it's going to be all of us not sitting in a room where the audio quality is not fantastic. Instead, we'll probably be on like a Discord call or something. I'm thinking about doing a show with these guys, and we're going to just like do it once a week or something. Talk about like a variety of different horror things instead of just the usual stuff on this page. I think it might be fun just to broaden the talk to more different franchises and stuff like that. Because don't get me wrong, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, and everyone and monsters out there, or whoever you are, aliens watching this broadcast from another dimension. I think, you know, I love talking about Scream. I love talking about Halloween. I want to broaden the horizons a little bit. Maybe do like a franchise talk. Like we could do a whole episode on like Evil Dead. We could do a whole thing on like Phantasm. Christian has never seen Phantasm before. I'm like, oh man, we gotta watch those. We gotta do that. He just brought over the Videodrome thing, by the way. Who made that again? I'm sorry.
David Cronenberg.
No, I know that, but like the
Criterion
collection of Videodrome. Yes. And I'm very excited to check that out.
And the Scream Factory of the house that Jack built.
I'm very excited to rewatch. Yes, I love the house that Jack built.
I haven't seen any Lars von Trier at all.
Oh, for real? Oh, nice. I haven't seen. That's probably that's the only one I'm really familiar with. But Antichrist, I hear, is also pretty good.
I was gonna buy that today. They didn't have it. For the first time ever.
Dang, that's a shame, man. That is a shame. But so you're a big Evil Dead fan, I'm assuming from your shirt.
Absolutely.
Best franchise.
It's the best hot take. Best franchise.
It's the best franchise to me because every single thing about it, all 4 movies, all 3 seasons of the TV show, are all 10 out of 10 masterpieces to me. The game is fantastic. I literally, truly love every single Evil Dead thing that's been released. They have not put out a dud.
I agree. I love all the movies. I have not played the game yet, though. That's really good, though?
The game is very good. It's way better than I could have imagined it being.
It
runs really smooth. It's fun. It's addicting. There's a lot of love put into it from Evil Dead fans. Like it's got little things from all the movies in the show that you'll go like the demon can
I like that. I like little things like that.
The demon can set little traps in chests so that when you open them, the little mini ashes will attack you from Army of Darkness and stuff.
Oh no! What?
Or the hand,
or the Ash's possessed hand will attack you.
Oh no way! What? That's so cool.
The demon can possess the tree and attack you, and so it's
so much stuff
from the
movie. You can possess anything. You can possess the cars, the trees, the people, other players.
Yeah.
The demons you spawn. Like you can possess anything.
It's fantastic, and you can play as Henrietta and Evil Ash and attack other players. It's way more fun than I as much as I would love like a single player experience with Evil Dead. That game being a multiplayer game is it's the most fun multiplayer game I've played maybe since Black Ops 2 in 2012.
And
it's been a while.
Huge shout out to the developers of that game. They're incredible. They're the best. Like they give frequent updates. They're always helping out. They're always nice. Giving what fans want, what they're asking for. The first patch that they did fixed 80% of the problems, like glitches and everything. They fixed everything. And I was like, they just keep doing such a good job with their patches and updates. It's so rare. You never see that with games now. You just don't see it. You don't see a good developers anymore. It's it's really refreshing to have this. The fact that it's Evil Dead is just it's unbelievable. It's like I'm in a dream.
And they're planning on doing a lot of free DLC and putting in characters from the show, more characters from the show.
Oh, okay. Because I know
Ted Raimi's character from the show. They're talking about putting him in there and having Ted Raimi voice him and everything.
Because Kelly and Pablo are in it, right? I remember seeing them from the trailer, so that's cool.
And they got the actors to come back and voice them too. And I think they talked or hinted that they're gonna put Mia from the remake in the game.
Are any
Strongly
remake characters in there?
No, but
No,
there might be
yes,
at some point. Which I'm
probably
like,
will be.
oh.
That would be because I love Mia's such a great character. I love that 2013 remake, which Aiden is commenting on a little bit. Yes,
That is my favorite horror movie of all time.
Yes.
It's my
I'm
favorite.
serious.
It's my favorite remake of all time, and it's definitely like
Favorite
Okay,
horror
okay.
movie,
I love
favorite
it.
remake. Like, it's the best.
So then I guess that leads me to my next question. Are you guys excited for Evil Dead Rise? Whenever we get a release date for that, maybe? I don't know.
I'm excited just on the principle that it's an Evil Dead movie, but I'm kind of like, I really hope that it's good. And you know,
It has to be
It has to be
good.
good.
It has to be
Everything's been good so
It
far.
just cannot be bad.
If we
it's
have a
good,
bad
it'll be fun.
movie, I'm gonna be sad because it's like, man, we've been perfect since 1981.
Yeah.
If we have one bad movie, I'm gonna be sad.
Because I pretty much agree with you gentlemen. It's really such a like Scream's a really consistent franchise. Evil Dead is so consistent, and like honestly, Phantasm, like those are the three in my opinion that are just like across the board, all like solid movies. I have not seen Phantasm, the fifth Phantasm movie though, so that's the only one I can't speak to. But for the most part, like for those three franchises, I just feel like across the board they're pretty damn near perfect, you know?
Yeah.
Like so, I really hope that this one's good. Do you guys know anything about the director for Evil Dead Rise?
Yeah, he did like I think it was an A24 film called The Hole in the Ground.
Is that A24?
Yeah,
I can't remember if that
it
was.
is.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it is. I haven't seen it.
I have not yet either. I've been meaning. It's been on my watch list because of this.
Yeah.
I hear it's pretty mid.
I've heard
That's
that.
what I'm worried
It's
about.
mixed.
But-
I've heard some
Yeah.
people really like it. Some people.
I've heard the same, and that's why I don't know.
I've heard that from a
Worries me.
filmmaking standpoint, from like cinematography and editing and everything, it feels kind of Evil Dead-ish. And so that's kind of why Sam Raimi was like, I want this guy to helm this project. So if this guy can direct things that feel Evil Dead-ish and he's doing an Evil Dead movie, I'm like on board, you know?
And it feels like the same situation we had with the 2013 movie where he handpicked Fede Alvarez to like do that movie and all that. They were like, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this thing. And I also loved, I actually just watched Evil Dead 2013 2 nights ago. And I watched some of the behind the scenes stuff, which I had never watched before.
Oh, yeah.
And they talk a little bit about how, like some of the people behind the scenes, they're like, oh, you know, Sam Raimi wanted to make this franchise much more like, instead of creating new sequels, like he could do that, he wants to give it to younger filmmakers who are like up and coming to do something new with it, which I think is the coolest idea for a horror I don't know, I love that. It's what I loved about the VHS franchise for the longest time, and Sam Raimi's kind of applying the same principle to his own franchise, which I love. It's really cool. And now we have Fede Alvarez, who's done like the Don't Breathe movies, which I loved. He produced the new TCM, which you guys really liked. And now we have hopefully this guy is also brings it to the table and kills it. I really hope so. So
Yeah, Evil Dead 1 is that's my favorite horror movie of all time.
Nice.
That is like my number one. That movie, I have like such sentimental value attached to that movie. It's the movie that really like made it click for me in college that I wanted to like make movies and stuff. And the film I did, the Grindhouse cut of Whitetail, that movie is like my love letter to Evil Dead. Like,
yes. And if you guys have not subscribed to Zombie Leader Studios, by the way, go check out Sean's page. I'm in one of the movies as well. I'm in an alien movie called Casadastrophobia, and that was and same with Christian too. Christian's in there
I'm
too.
also in it.
And he's like, oh my
We're all
god,
in it.
he directed it, he wrote it, and he's in it. There you go. It's really fun. I really loved how that one turned out, and the Grindhouse cut of Whitetail is awesome. I really liked that one. That one was awesome. Oh my god, that was a lot of fun. So, what else do we got? What else do we got from the old chat though? Let's jump in on this. I've always wanted to see a Scream prequel. How Billy and Stu killed Sid's mom and how they planned everything. So just to throw that around real quick, what do you guys think about a Scream prequel about just Billy and Stu behind the scenes?
I don't.
I'm just, like you said earlier, I think we've just progressed past the point of Billy and Stu, and I feel like, I don't know, I feel like if we saw that, the way it's described in the first Scream, like they didn't just kill her, you know what I mean? Like it's described what all happened to her on the news, and it's kind of like, it would just kind of be gross to watch that. I think it would be kind of a really, I don't know.
Yeah.
It would be a little harsh for a Scream movie. If it was something, if it was a different movie or a different horror franchise and they wanted to do this depraved, you know, fucked up kind of thing, that's cool. But like, I don't know, this would be a bit much, I think.
Gentlemen, we're the people who are making a very fucked up version of Scream. I do want to remind you.
We are.
This December, but
We are indeed. But
yes.
I don't know. For me, it's like leaving it up to the imagination for that, I think, is the better route. I would say.
I feel what you're saying. I feel
like because you don't know who did it when you hear them talking on the news about it's been an anniversary or it's been 1 year or how many years I don't remember, but and then once you see it's Billy and Stu at the end, you're just imagining them doing what was described earlier, and I feel like that's way more effective than actually seeing them do it.
And you also can't recast Stu. You can't have someone else do Matthew Lillard.
You'd have to CGI de-age, and I'm not on board with the CGI de-aging thing that we do nowadays.
I will say though, speaking just to horror movies with doing stuff like that, like yes, this in majority of Star Wars when they try to do that, it's not great. But in Halloween Kills, I think the absolute best version of this is with Loomis. That they had an actor portray him, and he looks just like him. Yeah. They had a voice actor do the Loomis impression really well. I think that looks really well done. And I think if they can do that with somebody else, maybe they could do it with Stu and Billy. But it would be really tough to recast them. I mean, Skeet Ulrich is Billy Loomis. Matthew Lillard is Stu. I mean, you'd have to get some perfect casting for that, and to do it like they're just too old at this point. I think, which would be sad. I think. A prequel of Billy and Stu's origin is a bomb idea. If it was made earlier today, it's too late. I think that's the biggest thing about it. I would have loved to have seen that, in early thousands. I would have loved to have seen that, but it would be tough to do now. But seeing things from the killer's perspective, I think is a pretty cool idea, gentlemen. I hate to throw that out there. But.
It sounds like a good idea.
You're like, I don't know, maybe. Check out Red Right Hand in December, ladies and gentlemen, everyone watching. That Halloween flashback is so goated. Yes.
People don't talk about it enough. It's so good. It's so well done. It looks like it was shot in the 70s.
Yeah, it's got that bluish nighttime vibe, you know, from with the film grain, and it's kind of hazy, and there's backlights on people. Yeah. They're really dramatically lit. Like when that cop standing goes, "It's him. It's Michael Myers." That looks like a shot out of a 70s movie, and that scene was blowing my mind, even in their miserable theater experience with that movie.
You guys had a bad experience watching it?
That might be the worst theater experience.
Oh my god, we were so excited, we were foaming at the mouth, ready to see Halloween Kills all day. We go in and it's a packed theater, which was kind of awesome. Everybody's just talking during the entire movie, having conversations, not even watching the movie. Some people were just narrating the movie like they were sports commentators. I just couldn't focus because people were talking as loud as I'm talking to you right now throughout the whole movie, all over the entire theater.
Ridiculous. It was so...
That sucks.
Particularly the people behind us and in front of us, in the very rows.
We had to move seats.
We did move seats. I was like, guys, I can't do this. So we moved seats and we sat kind of closer and watched like this.
Dude, front row to movie. Oh my god.
And after I left, I was just in such a bad mood that I couldn't. I was like, I need to watch it again. I was like, I don't have thoughts on the movie because I'm just angry.
You were saying how bad it was, and then
I wasn't saying how bad it was.
Well, yeah, you were saying it's just really low on the ranking, and I was like, what? I really liked it when I saw it, even through all of that. But you were like, that was not great.
I didn't know. I wasn't sure.
And then we watched it again.
I need to watch it again. We watched it on Peacock the next day.
Yeah, okay. Yeah,
and then we watched it on Peacock again the next day. So we watched it 3 times, 3 days in a row. And by the 3rd day, I was like, all right. I'm here for this movie. I dig it. I like it.
I watched it. So I saw it in theaters. I think it was was it Friday morning? Because I couldn't go Thursday night, I remember. I think I went Friday morning, so nobody was in the theater. No one goes to see horror movies in the morning, which is kind of nice for me. So from a reviewer standpoint, it's kind of nice to just go in there and just watch a movie with basically silence. But on the other side of that, it wasn't the same. When I saw Halloween 2018, people were cheering and going nuts. That was so exciting. So there's pluses and minuses to both. But unfortunately, you can have experiences like that at the theater too, which sucks.
Yeah, when I went to see 2018, I saw it on November 1st because I wanted to go see a Halloween night.
Oh, yeah.
And then I ended up being busy, so I went the morning of November 1st to go see it by myself. Funny. There was no one in the theater except for this old dude who was sitting in the corner watching it. And I was just sitting there by myself, and it was a good time. I enjoyed it. I was like,
you're like, good. All right, yeah,
I just got up and left when it was over. I was like, all right. I went to go see it again a week later with my cousin because I was like, dude, you got to see this movie because I loved it. But yeah, Kills, it took a couple rewatches and a better viewing experience to fully appreciate it. I definitely prefer the extended cut though.
Yeah, I agree.
I haven't seen the extended cut.
Dude. We might have to throw that on later.
It's barely extended, but all it does is it simply lets some of the more important moments breathe a little bit.
Yeah, it flows a lot better.
There's parts in the theatrical cut where it's just like, okay, next scene, okay, next scene, okay, next scene. The extended cut's kind of like, let's let this linger a little bit. Let's let the audience simmer with this a bit. And then the ending is way better, and it's more in line with the end of 2018 too.
The more, oddly, the thing about it, that how I feel about it is, the more I watch it, the more I hate the hospital stuff. Like, everything at the hospital,
it's so
I just
out of
hate.
place.
Like, I just don't. That's my one thing about Kills, man. I just can't. Everything else about, honestly, I really like everything else about the movie. Like, some people like hate it. Like, some people are like, no way. Like, swear it's the worst Halloween film.
Dude, if you think it's the worst.
I have a movie for you. It's called Resurrection. And 5.
I don't know. I love the kill. Like, the kills are across the board great. I just, that hospital stuff is it's rough.
It goes on for too long, and it's like, okay, where's Michael? Like, if we took that hospital stuff out and just replaced it with more Michael killing people,
right. Like,
awesome.
I'll take the.
I get the
I'll take the gore
thematic
fest
thing where it's like, oh, Michael's causing the townspeople to. That's cool. That's not as interesting or fun as Michael Myers just killing people. It's like, I'm dumb. Just let me see that.
Right.
I just want some Michael Myers killing people.
I just want Michael.
I don't want Michael Myers killing people indirectly through his influence of existing. You know, it's like, I want to see Michael Myers physically killing people.
It was a very experimental film. They try out a lot of different things, and I respect the film for that. I will say that. Like, I respect it for being different and all that. But yeah, sometimes it just doesn't always miss. I see Jen had heat stroke. I am so sorry, Jen. God, I hope you're okay. I hope you're getting some water. I hope you're doing okay, Jen. Be careful out there. We all care about you. We just want to make sure you're good. So we're a very amazing. This is an amazing community, by the way. I can't say that enough. I seriously just love all the people here. Y'all are so sweet. So y'all are so nice. What would you guys think if they gave Scream the Halloween 2018 treatment and made a direct sequel to Scream 96 that retcons all the sequels? A great question, Bat Super. I really am curious. What do you guys think about this? Because I haven't a fat opinion on this.
That's what I wish Scream 2022 was. It should have been that, but it should have been very like meta about that. You know what I mean? Like,
I couldn't agree. I could not agree more.
Being Scream 5 was the movie's shortcoming and problem. If it was a requel, but it had all the cast, and it was like, you know, you could have brought Randy back.
There's so many opportunities.
So much, and you could have played with a bit of a meta wink to the audience, like he died, but he's back now because it's a requel or something. You know, there's so many jokes and meta things you could have played with there, but they just were like,
I never thought about that ever.
What, like, think about, like, Liev Schreiber would still be there. You could do something totally brand new with Cotton Weary. Like, there's so much. Oh, so, I'll move here, man. I'm sorry, man. You know, this was we were trying to get all this going.
On a spiritual level, it could have absolutely still been Scream 5.
Right.
Just not on a story level because it's a new timeline, but on a spiritual level, it's Scream 5 because it's progressing this like meta look at horror evolving over the years.
Think about like the Meeks twins, like you had Mindy and Chad, but they're like Randy's kids. Like you could have done that, and you could have had Randy, and like I'm like, dude, that would have been so cool. Like as much as I really loved Scream 5, I just feel like conceptually that's just a better idea, and you could have made fun of it the whole time too.
Being Scream 5. Is why they just decided to go the Force Awakens route and make fun of the Star Wars sequels route.
But it kind of like in a way, I've seen some people say it's like it becomes a parody of itself. I don't 100% agree with that, but there are points of the movie where I'm like, yeah, you know, like I almost kind of wish they would have done something else. But I still enjoy the film. I mean, it's definitely not the worst Scream movie in my opinion. But I still really enjoy it. It's still cool. But I couldn't agree more with you guys. I mean, I think it's conceptually that just would have been so much better. But yes, what else do we got here?
I like CJ's question.
CJ's question. What about what do you guys think about a direct sequel to Friday the 13th? So this would mean that there's no Jason yet, or maybe that's never really clear about the Friday franchise, right?
So, okay.
You have some thoughts.
I have some thoughts and I have some ideas that I literally stand around at work thinking about this. So like, I want one more, just one more Friday.
Just one more?
Just one more.
Just one more.
Simply so that there are 13.
Well, of course. Yeah,
Never make another one ever again after one more.
Or 13 more so that there's 26, double 13.
Yeah, just 13 times 2.
13 times 2. There you go.
But no, I think they need to do one more, and because of this lawsuit, so basically, I think Victor Miller has the rights to the character Jason and the franchise, and Sean Cunningham I think has the rights to hockey mask Jason.
A hockey mask wearing killer is technically
pretty much.
It can't, like, you can make a Friday Victor,
or maybe it's the other way around. I can't remember how it is, but
you had it right because Victor Miller wrote the original screenplay for the first one,
yeah,
and he's trying to get franchise rights and all that. So technically now he owns like Friday the 13th and like the scripts to that first one and all that and the characters from it. So that's why you could make another movie with a hockey mask wearing killer. You just couldn't call him Jason. Sean Cunningham could, but I just the name is what brings people to the theater. That's the problem.
So my idea for a 13th final Friday the 13th film is a film that is about Jason's father.
Interesting. Okay.
I think his name's Elias or something. It's been hinted in. I think it was hinted at in either Jason Goes to Hell or some comics. I think his name's Elias Voorhees, if I remember right. But you started this franchise with Jason's mother. You finish it with his father. Bookend the franchise with his parents. All the movies in the middle are Jason, but the first and final movie of the franchise are his parents. And the movie about his father can be... this can tie everything together except for the remake, I think. You can tie... because it's one solid continuity. And you don't need Hockey Mask Jason to do it. You can follow it about it. You can still have little kid Jason, but you can show how Jason was brought back. So think about this. This is a whole thing. It's a rabbit hole.
My body is ready, Sean. My body is ready for this pitch.
So in Jason Goes to Hell, the Necronomicon from Evil Dead is in that movie. It is in the movie.
It is.
And it's not just there in the background as a little Easter egg. A character picks it up and interacts with it as a physical object and part of the story. And it's in the Voorhees house. The director confirmed that Jason is possessed by a deadite and was resurrected by the Necronomicon. So my idea would be tie all this together. Jason's father used the Necronomicon to resurrect Jason after he drowned. But he keeps it from Jason's mother. They're divorced, and he blames her for his son's death. She goes crazy thinking Jason's dead, but he keeps Jason, like Deadite Jason, in his basement chained up. And he, like, just keeps him down there and throws food down at him. He's kind of abusive to him. Jason eventually, over the course of the movie... over the course of the movie, some conflict arises, and Elias uses Jason to go kill people. He sends him after to go kill some people that are heckling him or something. And eventually, Jason's tired of being used as a weapon by his own father, kills him, goes back to the camp where he drowned just in time to see his mom get her head chopped off.
Oh my God! So it's like you didn't realize it was all happening during the events of the first film,
right?
Oh, that's actually pretty cool.
Jason's been growing up for years, so he's like in his 20s now, and he sees his mother get her head chopped off. He sees Alice, or the girl from her name's Alice, right?
Yes. Yeah.
He goes and kind of follows her and kills her, like in the beginning of Friday Part 2.
But
they ended there. Jason kills his own father and then goes after them. But the people that heckled Jason's father earlier that he sends Jason after. I think it would be cool if they were the Duke family. Creighton, like that bounty hunter.
Creighton Duke from...
And that's why Creighton Duke wants revenge and wants to kill Jason, and Jason goes to hell.
So you're basically just like taking the whole franchise
take the entire franchise and connect every dot.
I like this, connecting everything.
And just end it.
That's actually incredible.
That's what I think would be a good Friday the 13th movie.
Like, head explode.
Start with a movie about his mother as a slasher, then finish with a movie about his mother his father as like this abusive source of his rage.
And he would go on to go to space.
In a boat.
And a boat. and barely
Jason takes the boat.
Jason takes the boat.
More fitting title.
Jason takes the boat. He takes the boat to Vancouver. Jake, your buddy and I need to get together and storyboard our ideas. Yes, Maverick. Yes.
What would the title be? We need suggestions. What would the title be?
I've
always thought F-13.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say Friday 13th.
You need
but
the
Voorhees is pretty cool
either
too.
Voorhees or just F-13.
I almost kind of like H2O, you know, but like F-13.
F-13.
You know?
That would be cool.
Yeah.
I almost feel like
It's the 13th Friday the 13th.
Oh,
Yeah.
I do kind of like that.
That's the finale. That's how it all ties and connects together. That would make the whole franchise worth it. You know, like it would make every story worth it.
That idea
it could validate everything.
That idea for a Friday the 13th movie is so good that I'm actually like really pissed off. I'm actually like angry we will never see that. Like we probably will never see that.
Interesting. So my mouse has just died. This is a fun fact. I'm like, okay, all right. Well, this is always fun. But yes, I will not be able to pull. Oh, there we go. Okay, just nope, it's dead. Okay, it was on for like 2 seconds, and then yeah. Gentlemen, I will run and get a battery real quick, or there might actually be one down there somewhere. If you guys could look around for just a second. But yes, to keep ranting, because keep everything going, I will not be able to pull your comments on screen, but I will be able to respond to them. So Ghostface Takes the Ferry, very funny stuff. E-Man Scott 999. How about Friday versus Friday the 13th? Ice Cube, Mike Epps, and a returning Chris Tucker versus Jason Voorhees is very funny, Wayne. I'll let you guys continue the Friday talk real quick, and this is the first time ever. Jake is not going to be on the channel for 2 seconds, so I'm going to run and get a AA battery, I believe, for this, and I will be right back. But keep talking about Friday the 13th. Keep it going.
Give us some prompts. You don't know what to do.
You guys said, okay, you haven't seen Stranger Things. I'm trying to get some from the chat here. Okay, let's go. Okay, favorite Evil Dead movie, go.
Okay.
And why? Christian, you start.
Yeah. So I said earlier.
KillJoy, Jake.
Yeah, let me get a little. I said earlier my favorite Evil Dead movie is the remake, which sounds blasphemous when you're like, "Yo, the remake is you should never like the remake. It's always like the original." I'll tell you why. Because growing up, I was the biggest baby ever, and I'm not talking about as a kid. I'm talking about till I was like 18, and I was in college. I was a huge baby. I never watched anything horror. I couldn't even be in the same room if someone had like Ghost Adventures on. Like till I was I'm not even kidding. Like it was like pretty bad. I was like scared of going to the theaters because I didn't want to see a horror movie trailer. That's how scared I was of everything horror. And so, I go to college, 2020, freshman year, miserable, and I meet this guy, Andrew, who
the DOP on Red Right Hand as well. Just throwing that out there. Fun fact.
We meet because I talk to my one film teacher. She's like, "Oh, you're not meeting anyone. I can set you up a meeting with this one guy. You guys can talk about the program, whatever." We talk about the program for about like 5 minutes, and we just talk about movies for like 2 hours. And then he invites me over to watch Evil Dead with his roommate Sean. And so it took me a month before I took him up on it. I went over to friend Andrew in his apartment then, and we watched the first 2 Evil Dead movies, and that's what I needed because I loved them because the connective tissue is that it was Sam Raimi, so of course I watched those. I loved them, and then the next day we watched Army Darkness and then the remake, and I again never seen any horror movies really at all, and never any modern ones. 2013 was the Evil Dead 2013, the remake, was the first modern horror movie I ever watched, and it was a moment in that movie where I realized this is the scariest thing I've ever seen, and this is the most fun I've ever had watching a movie. And those two thoughts combined, and that was the exact moment I became a horror movie fan. And yeah, that movie is extremely important to me because it's also an incredible movie. But that was like that's a moment I will literally never forget for the rest of my life.
I love hearing stories like that. I love hearing like horror movies inspiring people is just always so wonderful. Yeah. So that's Christian. Thank you for sharing that. That's really very personal, but very very awesome.
Yeah,
that's a really good story, man.
I'm honored to have been there for it.
Pretty major part of it because Andrew left after Army of Darkness, so we just watched the remake, just us, and I barely knew him. And
we just met the day prior. Like, watch this.
Showing them all this like evil
Get a
stuff.
load of this.
We got E-Man giving some love to Army of Darkness, which
Hell
I love.
yeah.
Tied with Evil Dead 2 on the list. I can't decide. That's hard. I can't decide. I think they're all master. I mean, they're really like all 10 out of 10 movies. For
Every
me.
time I
really
watch
don't know.
Army of Darkness, I love it even more.
I agree.
It's crazy. Every time I watch it, I love it even more than the last time.
My favorite is still the first one because it's my favorite horror film,
Right.
but after that, I cannot pick one. Like it's just like
I can't.
It's like,
I refuse to rank anything. Evil
I'm just
Dead,
like I can't
'cause
rank
love
this
them
stuff
all.
because it's all equally fantastic to me. So I'm just like, yeah.
I will say this though, just to everyone watching and to my good friends here, I am putting out an Evil Dead ranked with all 3 of the seasons too of the television show sometime soon. And I kind of have it in my head of how I would rank everything, and it's pretty like I hate it, but it's like this is how I feel.
I don't
you know?
favorite children. You're like,
Yeah, I know.
I don't
Yeah.
envy you at all, man.
I'm very sad to put it out because like I love every single Evil Dead thing, but it's gonna be sad. Wayne has a really good thing that I have a very fun answer for Wayne. You want a sequel to Halloween Season of the Witch? I was going to do thought I heard something. I was going to do a video today on a Season of the Witch sequel that is happening, unlicensed. It's unofficial. You mind handing me my steelbook there real quick? I was going to show this off as well
really,
because
really cool.
I'm a dork. I did not get the 4K of Season of the Witch, but I did decide on getting this, and I was going to show it off in a video I was going to make today, but I found out that this Halloween Season of the Witch sequel is actually, it was already like the Indiegogo campaign's finished and all that. It finished up like a month ago, and I was going to do a whole video say like, oh, go check out the Indiegogo for this, but they are doing an unofficial sequel to it. It's called The Third Channel, and it's like it only has like a production of like $5,000 or something, but they're filming it like where it was filmed in California. There's like a small Californian town where they're filming it, and it's like the same place as Season of the Witch and all that. I'm very excited for it. Like I said, I have all the information on my phone. I would still like to do a whole video on it, but I obviously I can't promote the Indiegogo as it has already finished its little wrap. I totally would have promoted it if I would have known about it a month ago, but unfortunately I missed out on that one. But yes, another thing, Denisha is reminding everyone, try telling everyone to get those super chats up to support Jake with the wings. We still got a bunch of spicy wings
we have
here to
so
eat.
many wings,
have a
and
lot,
I'm just
man.
like staring at them like they look kind of good now. I'm hungry.
So just a reminder, every $5 super chat means one more spicy bite of these Carolina Reaper wings.
Wait, $5 to
But
make
we got
us
a
all
$10
suffer.
one earlier. Shouldn't we?
I
each
guess
take
that
2
means
bites?
we got to take another bite, everybody.
Technically, we have one we have one bite in the chamber still.
All right.
Denisha, this is for you. Thank you again for that $10 super chat. We appreciate it. Clink.
Does that mean if someone gives like $100,
We have to eat like
to
the
eat
rest
all
of them.
of them.
We have to fit $100 super
know.
chat, and I will chug those wings down. So here we go. One more bite.
I took a really big one. I'm an idiot.
I did too. Uh-oh.
I gotta be honest, these are better cold. like spice wise.
No, I kind of liked
Spice wise, they're a little better cold.
Yeah, it's a little. Oh,
It's still pretty bad. No, it is still pretty hot.
Yeah,
But yes.
it takes a second for it to
Yeah,
kick in.
the initial it's not so bad initially, and then
Woo!
it's like,
Oh,
Oh, yeah. No, that is something. That is something. It sneaks up on you because like at first you're like, oh no, I totally got this, and then nope, okay, nope, not okay, not okay. Everything is not okay.
oh, I see something I want to discuss,
Oh, yes.
but I have to use the bathroom first.
Go ahead, go nuts.
Wait for me.
I'm gonna star that. T. Parker Evans. We're gonna talk about your.
Oh, wait for me! Don't talk about it.
We're gonna talk about that in a sec. I'm so sorry, Mr. Sean. There we go. Got through there.
We're figuring it out.
So real quickly, let's talk about some predictions for Halloween Ends, Christian, while he is in the bathroom. How do you feel, John Smith that wants to know, how do you feel about like predictions for Halloween Ends? How do you feel about the film? Are you excited for it?
okay. Something I wanted to say earlier, kind of related to Halloween Kills. I think people are kind of on the fence about Halloween Kills as a whole, but I think everyone will have a definitive opinion on Halloween Kills when we get Halloween Ends, because it's a second part of a trilogy. We haven't seen the end of it yet. We've seen, obviously, not really counting the original, because in this new trilogy, you have 2018 Kills and Ends. It's really hard to make a second part of a trilogy. People don't really think about that. It really hinges on this final part. So I want to make that clear that depending on how good or bad Ends is, will change Kills. But I'll say for Halloween Ends, I think Alyssa is going to kill Michael. and there's probably going to be something at the tail end where he's like still alive.
Alyssa is going to get. Are you talking about Andy Manichek?
Yes. Is that her name?
No, Allison.
Allison.
No, you're good. You're good. It's all good.
No,
It's an AL name. You're close enough.
Sorry to all the Allisons out there.
I said in a video, I remember I made a video at like 4 a.m. one time. I was half asleep making a Scream video. This was like a year and a half ago, and I said Grace instead of Gail Weathers once. I was like mid rant, I was like, oh yeah, Grace Weathers, and like the comments ripped me apart. Like it was hilarious. I loved it. Yeah, but I totally started that. Yes, from T. Parker Evans, we have a great thing to talk about here. Talking about Halloween 6. H2O, Resurrection, and Scream 2, which was I just told Sean about. It all are coming to 4K Blu-rays this October. So, how are you guys excited for those? Are you going to get those? Because I'll tell you what, I only got the 4K of the first Halloween, and I'm regretting it deeply now. I should have gotten at least like 2 through 3, or 1 through 3.
I bought 1 through 5 because I'm just like such a collection whore. It's like I gotta have it all. I gotta have all.
Gotta have it all.
And, I love 1, 2, 3, and 4. 5's the only one I don't like. But I was like, you know what? This has the Dr. Death stuff restored into it. I gotta get it just to have it and see it. And, we gave it a shot. but I love the cover art.
Yeah.
And how they all have very similar cover art. I'm particularly mostly excited about Halloween 6.
Me too.
Halloween
That's the one I'm 100%
has shot up so high in my ranking. When I talk about Halloween 6, I'm kind of just referring to both cuts at the same time, the producer's cut and the theatrical. I prefer the producer's cut because I think it has a better story.
Makes sense.
It's coherent, and it actually feels like the third chapter of
the Thorn trilogy.
The theatrical cut kind of feels like this weird random movie that came out. It feels like a sequel to something else that's not Halloween.
It really
5.
expands the Jamie Lee story or whatever. Like Jamie Lloyd.
Yeah.
There's 2 Jamie L's in the franchise.
Yeah.
It really the producer's cut actually focuses on her story, where I feel like the theatrical cut kind of just forgets to do that a little bit. It does feel a little more random. It connects it a lot more. I totally agree. But so you're totally buying these? You're buying all these?
Absolutely. I mean, H2O I think is decent. Everybody seems to really love H2O. It's important because it's technically the first requel. The first horror requel. As far as I know. Well, Godzilla movies and timelines and stuff. If you want to count that, but in terms of like slasher movie requels, H2O is like. It kickstarted that whole trend, and I think it's really cool. But personally, I was somebody who watched 2018 before I ever watched H2O in its entirety. I watched parts of it when I was a kid, but for me, I was like, I rewatched H2O at an older age, and I was kind of like, that was good. I think 2018 just did a lot of the same things, but better. I was kind of like, this is like a less great version of 2018, in my opinion. Some people will probably like H2O more, but for me, personally, I preferred 2018.
That is a hot take around here because we there's been nothing but love for H2O usually. So,
Well, I still really like H2O. I'm not the biggest fan of the setting. And
I understand
the atmosphere.
I
it doesn't feel like Halloween.
It feels like a Scream movie.
It feels like Scream. It feels like Scream. It feels like summertime Scream with Michael Myers, and I'm kind of like, I don't like that, and I don't like the mask either.
Oh,
that's fair. The eyebrows, man.
I don't like any of the 4 different masks in them.
Oh yeah, there's a.
I don't
CG
like Michael
mask,
Myers'
right?
eyes that are like this the entire movie. But the movie itself, the story, and the, Jamie Lee Curtis knocks it out of the park in that movie.
Yeah. Oh, she's fantastic.
She's just fantastic in it.
I love the ending of it, but I just hate that Resurrection decides to be like, yeah, no, remember that? Screw it. We're cutting it out. That never happened. Don't worry about it.
I am still gonna buy the Resurrection 4K so it can simply be on my shelf for completion purposes.
See, like that's why I didn't buy 5, because I'm like, I'm never gonna watch. Like I'm just straight up, I'm just never gonna watch this. Like I'll watch it again to like if my like channel members or whatever want me to review that. That's why I'll watch it again. But man,
will I ever watch Resurrection again? Probably not. No. but I can't just have every one of them except for Resurrection. It's gonna drive me crazy. I gotta be like, I gotta have it. I gotta buy it just so that it's there.
And no hate to people that like listen. If you love I know some people. I actually have seen some people in the chat who I've talked to in the past who like love Resurrection and love Halloween 5, and that's fantastic. We're all allowed to have different takes, and that's wonderful. It's what's great about this community. But I couldn't do it. I can't do it, man. I don't know. But we had some really good comments. Did you want to continue that? I'm sorry.
I was gonna say with 6, I really hope that the 6 4K comes with both cuts, because I think that the producer's cut needs to be a little more. I don't know. It needs to be more people need to see it. I think. And it needs to be a little easier to get. They have a copy of it on Blu-ray at the North Olmsted Exchange.
Oh yeah,
for $40.
That's where I got. Oddly enough, that's where I got my Halloween 5, my DVD of Halloween 5, which I paid way too much money for.
No.
And then like I bought that, and then like I think immediately, not immediately, but like a week after that, they announced all the 4Ks of the other ones, and I was so mad. I'm like, I should have just spent $30 on that instead of the DVD. But here we are.
Another thing about the producer's cut too is the title card actually calls it Halloween 6.
Oh yeah.
In the theatrical cut, it's just The Curse of Michael Myers.
Right.
The producer's cut actually numbers it and says Halloween 6. Like it truly is the.
Why do I not remember that?
Halloween 5. Yeah, it actually is called Halloween 6, and it's really cool too because the A is the Thorn cult symbol. The A in Halloween. It's really cool.
He's selling a Halloween 6 producer's cut on eBay. 99 cents starting bid.
I think John might be messing with you guys, but if not,
I own it.
These gentlemen might be interested in that. Jen, to answer your question, yes, Sean and Christian both play a part in Red Right Hand. One that have them on, and talk a little bit about just kind of whatever, horror and stuff. We also, like I said earlier, if you guys are new coming into the chat, we are going to be maybe starting a some kind of like new show on here where it's us three, maybe Andrew as well. We were kind of talking about having Andrew there. It wouldn't be like this, obviously, because this is a little sophomoric. So I would like to do it like across like a Discord call or something along those lines. Have us all just talking about horror movies, an entire franchise, like once a week. Because listen, I love talking so much about Scream and Halloween, but there are some other great horror franchises that some people have just never seen and would like to see discussed on here. So we're thinking about doing like franchise discussions of like a bunch of. There's so many different crazy franchises to talk about.
Spreading the good word about horror movies.
Spreading the good word. Like we also have Conrad here talking a little bit about The Creature from the Black Lagoon. I would love to go on a rant about The Creature of the Black Lagoon movies.
You ever seen Anaconda?
Yes, I have.
It's basically a remake of Creatures of the Black Lagoon. Think about it. It's basically.
I've never thought about it that way, but you have a point.
The more you think about it,
the more you think.
Yes, it is.
Essentially.
Wow, I have to rewatch. I have to rewatch that movie.
No, yeah, it legit is. Like it's. Someone pointed out, I'm like, oh yeah, it is. Wow. Everything's like the same.
Yeah, the whole like what it's
on
commenting on about the boat, the nature and all that. Wow,
the guy who gets like injured and is just on the boat the whole time.
Wow. The more I think about it, the more I realize that's crazy. Some crazy stuff there. We have by the way, we have Goreasm. Saying new horror channel here. Love your work, Jake. Thank you so much. Awesome. I started that. The name is awesome. I don't know if you guys have ever played House of the Dead, but there's an old House one of the newer House of the Dead games where if you get like a bunch of headshots in a row, you get this thing called a goregasm, and like the announcer will come over the screen and just be like goregasm, and it always used to make me laugh, so I had to star that, and I just thought that was really funny. Good stuff. And real quickly, gentlemen, I do want to talk a little bit about there are some rumors circulating about one Nev Campbell, however you pronounce that. I recently was talking to someone, they pronounced it Neve, and I didn't know if that was correct. I don't know, maybe I've been saying it wrong this whole time. But Nev Campbell is rumored, just massive rumor, just making that very, very, very clear, because I know some people will go off and be like, oh, KillJoy Jake said that Nev Campbell was in Scream 6 now. Just a rumor. Nev Campbell may be back on for Scream 6. How do you guys feel about that at this point? Because they've already started filming. It's a bit of a weird time for this. I feel like
that's weird. I don't think she's coming back.
I don't think she's coming back either.
If she does, I mean, cool.
If she's there, yeah, I'm not opposed.
If she's like, I don't know, because it's like I was kind of interested in kind of the prospect of it being very different and.
Yeah.
Honestly, just being a completely different set of characters in a different location kind of would have been cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The way that the way that Spiral is like a totally different location, set of characters in a Saw movie. You know, they could have done the same kind of deal with Scream because it's like Ghostface is kind of this phenomenon now. It's like you could have just had something totally like unrelated, but now it's like I don't know. We'll see.
We'll see. We will see. Yes. It's interesting. It's something I wanted to do a whole video on it because it's kind of interesting. There's a lot of stuff that comes from Reddit like that. That sometimes it's like, oh, okay, hey, there's some truth to that, and sometimes not so much. But you never know. It's always interesting to talk about that, regardless. I got the Scanners movie series on DVD. The series. I need to get Scanner Cop 2 to complete the series.
I've only seen the first one. I dug it.
Forgot that was a franchise, and I just always I saw the first one, found out it was a franchise, was like, nah, and then totally forgot it was a franchise till just now.
I found out that very recently. I was looking up Scanners because I was trying to find a place to watch it. I think it's on like HBO Max is where it was.
Yeah, it's on HBO.
I was like, oh, Scanners 2 popped up. I'm like, what? When did this exist? There's Fly 2 too.
Oh yeah.
Speaking of Cronenberg movies,
the Son of the Fly, I think it's called.
Son of the Fly.
It's just the Fly 2.
Oh, I think it's about his son.
Oh my god, that's like once again never seen it, but it's just like what is with these? There's Cronenberg sequels, like that's crazy to me. I don't know, just really interesting little tidbit, really fun stuff. If she comes back, I hope it's just for a cameo at the end. It seems like we have a lot of people on this train about like they're kind of excited to see a new Scream, but like at the same time, I totally understand if you're not pumped for it because it's just like she represents the franchise. Like I totally get it, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see where they go with it. Everyone's favorite Stephen King movie, Firestarter, comes out this Tuesday on Blu-ray. I thought it wasn't bad. I had some different opinions, but hey, remake, I'm glad.
Right?
It is technically a remake.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. Did you guys see the new Firestarter?
No. I haven't seen the original.
Yeah, neither have I.
Okay.
So I'll have to watch the original.
I kind of want to.
I've heard of it. I want to watch it, but I haven't seen it. I'll have to give it a watch.
I just started. Well, I'm like halfway through reading Carrie finally.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
You're reading Carrie.
I've
Nice.
never read a Stephen King book before.
Oh, okay.
I love the movie. I love the Brian De Palma movie so much. So, the book is phenomenal. So I'm like, I want to read more Stephen King, and there's a lot of movies based on his books that I want to watch, but I'm like, I kind of want to read the book first. Do that for a little bit of a change here. So I kind of want to read the Firestarter book first before watching like the original movie.
That is the one. I mean, I feel this way about some Stephen King books, but that I've read. That is the one book that I actually never finished it, but I feel like it's kind of better than both the movies, the book.
Really?
And I don't feel that way about every Stephen King book. It's about 50-50 with that, of what I've read. I just didn't love the new one personally. I don't know. It just had some problems, but I have seen a lot of people give it some love, so that's great. Like I said,
do that comment. Do it.
Do that. Comment.
Yes, do that comment.
Great movie, first of all. Randomly watched.
So good. Oh my god, I love that movie. Peter Jackson.
We just saw a DVD copy of it at the exchange
Finally,
today.
man.
What?
Yeah, $20.
I think my dad has it on Blu-ray. I would love to own that though. That I don't.
That Blu-ray is really out of print.
Wait, for real?
It's rare.
No, I know he has it on Blu-ray. Like I can show it to you guys. That's
Dude,
crazy.
what? You have to now. You have to see this. I have to see.
Well, it depends on what
way.
Blu-ray. There's a Blu-ray that's out of print and really rare. Then there's one that's not. And I don't really know what the difference between the two is. But I'm kind of like weary of getting the cheap one because I'm kind of like, what's wrong with it? Why is it cheap?
I kind of just want to own that. I
bought
haven't
the
seen
DVD
that
and
in so long.
It's fine on DVD.
Oh, okay.
It's so
God,
good.
I love that movie. That's the goriest movie I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah,
the lawnmower. The lawnmower in that movie is
Such
crazy.
A great movie.
My favorite part is just I kick ass for the lawn.
It's so funny.
I kick ass for the lawn.
Peter Jackson needs to do another horror movie.
He does.
He made this.
I think he's a horror director at heart.
I agree.
So much
I
of
agree.
like King Kong and Lord of the Rings have an aspect of horror in them. He needs to come out and do a straight horror movie.
Wayne's talking about the Frighteners. Speaking of that, I
need to see it.
I haven't seen it.
It's one of the few
I
Peter
want to.
Jacksons I haven't seen.
I like it, but it's not like it's nowhere near my favorite
Okay.
Peter Jackson thing. That's kind of how I feel about it. It's good, like it's a solid movie, but just compared to some other stuff,
Well,
I don't know.
Lord of the Rings, those are my favorite.
It's kind of
movies.
it's tough to top that. Man.
I count those as one
yeah.
movie because you can't just watch one of them. So that's my favorite movie of all time.
Fellowship of the Ring is like just one of the best movies ever made. It's
yeah.
So
they all
good.
are
Love
like
it.
they're all perfect. Like, perfect movies.
I love them all. You know, they're all good, man. Even the Hobbit movies, I still really, really enjoy. I'd actually like the motive for the Scream 6 killers to be about survivors' guilt, because we've never really seen that before in horror movies. What do you guys think? So, meaning like a survivor of the past coming and being in Ghostface, feeling guilty about it, trying to wipe out all the other survivors or something like that. What do you guys think about this? Because before Sidney Prescott got taken out of the new Scream film, I was saying I think it would be a really cool motive to have a Ghostface killer go after the past survivors, try to kill the rest of them off, so that no more Ghostfaces would pop up and come after any new survivors. It could be kind of a meta take on the franchise itself and how far along it's come. You could be making fun of it.
That makes sense.
I think it would have worked if Sidney was in it. Now I feel maybe it wouldn't. But how do you guys feel about that?
That sounds like something that they would do in the future. that honestly, I could see that being a future Scream movie. Honestly, like that could be like Scream 7 or 8 or something. I could see them doing that. That doesn't sound too far off from some of the past things that they've done. You know,
I want to see something new and fresh with Scream.
Do you feel that like that's maybe not as new or fresh, or like?
That's why I like that idea.
Okay.
I just
I'm just curious.
Sort of back to what I was saying about Stu and Billy. Like that's a problem I had with with Scream 5 is I wish it was different. Like that's why I like the setting that it's this Scream 6 is gonna be in New York. I think that's cool.
Because that automatically makes it different. Right?
Yeah, I want to see something that's just like crazy different, and I just want to see something that's crazy different, really creative. Because I feel like the Scream franchise has always kind of been a little bit constrained, because they wanted to have just the same, I don't know, that storyline and have like Sidney Prescott. Like, look, I love Sidney Prescott. I want to see something crazy. I want to see something crazy different.
I want to be surprised. I want to be entertained. Adam also has a really good comment, which we have talked a lot about recently, which I think is really funny. A movie called Cannibal Holocaust, a very fun, family-friendly film. What are your guys' take on this? Because I have a very controversial opinion on Cannibal Holocaust.
So I have it on DVD. You have it on DVD. I'm pretty sure.
Unfortunately, so I didn't realize I bought a bootleg copy, but I bought a bootleg copy. I didn't know that until I bought it. Unfortunately,
I bought the DVD that Grindhouse Releasing put out, and we just watched it.
We had it
like a month ago.
For like
over a year and a half. I just had it on my shelf and just wasn't watching it.
Watch it one day.
Watch it.
I'm like, we'll get to it. And then like one day we decided, hey, let's do a double feature, Cannibal Holocaust and Great Inferno. So
great double feature though.
We got together and we watched it up on your big home theater screen in the basement and with like speakers everywhere. It was a real, when that Grindhouse Releasing logo comes in, it's like dun 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 dun. We're like, oh, all right. And I think that it's got a good story. It has a good intention. I think it has good intentions with the story and what it's trying to say and be. I think its entire message falls flat because of the animal cruelty. That I'm spinning a broken record here.
Yeah. I know. I couldn't agree more, man.
I didn't think it was as bad.
The animal cruelty, as bad as it is, like if you look at it from a narrative perspective, it is completely contradicting the message of the movie by being in the movie. Yeah. And that's the problem with it. It's like
it's so unnecessary. I knew that it was like a thing that like, oh yeah, they actually kill animals on screen in this movie, and I was like, that's terrible. I'm like, all right, let's watch it. It's like, all right, let's throw it on. And it was way worse than I anticipated.
Yeah.
It's just like,
if it wasn't there, I would enjoy the movie for the most part.
If that stuff wasn't there,
yeah.
Even if I watch a cut of it where that stuff is not in the movie, I still know that it happened. I still know that stuff went down for no reason.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It slows the pacing of the film down to a screeching halt for you to watch a turtle get eviscerated for like 15
it's just
seconds.
It's like way too long.
I'm like, can we get back to like cannibals?
It's terrible that they did it.
I want to see people getting eaten.
Yeah, come on. See it's happening to people, not turtles.
It's terrible that they did it, and it's even worse that it was as long as it was, and that they kept it in the movie. And it's just like it's despicable watching it. You're just like, this didn't need to happen. This doesn't need to be there. This literally ruins the movie. This ruins your entire point because you did this.
It's kind of like the snake in Friday the 13th. Like they actually killed that snake on screen. Do you guys remember that?
Yeah.
Like it's the same. It's just like it's so out of place. It's so weird.
It
it's
is
just like
weird.
why would they do that for?
That didn't bother me as much. I don't know. It's weird because some aspects in
feel like
Cannibal
that
Holocaust
came from-
didn't bother me because like this they kill a snake in Cannibal Holocaust too, and
do.
it didn't bother me as much because like. It just looked like I don't know.
No,
I don't want to
so-
discredit this snake's life. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying.
I live out in kind of like the country. You know, snakes are kind of a pest. You know, people just casually kill snakes all the time just to get them off their lawn and stuff. That's why I didn't mind the spider being killed either. I was just kind of like,
I was still for the spider. I was like, man, people
I'm
had
just
those.
still-
It's still like,
I'm
why
still
is it in
ups-
the movie? Why would they just like add it in the movie? But
The Friday the 13th
It's-
snake, that's something where I'm like, I feel like that came from total ignorance.
Yeah.
That came from
it didn't
complete
need
ignorance.
It didn't need to be in there. It doesn't like make me just want to skip the scene when I'm watching the movie, like the turtle.
It's
part
not.
does.
I'm not defending the
But-
snake. In
I
Friday
get what
the
you're saying.
13th.
It's a
I'm
little-
Not defending
it's
I'm not
like-
defending them killing a snake in Friday. I think it's terrible, but it's like, I think they were just straight up ignorant. I think they were just stupid when they did that. It was a really
Right.
dumb thing, but it's like it's in there and it's like it sucks. But like Cannibal Holocaust, I feel like they knew what they were doing. You
Yeah.
cannot do that to a turtle for that long and then just like not know, you know?
In the pig
Yeah,
too.
no, I
have
get what you're
no
saying.
like
when they just
feeling,
shoot
like-
that pig for no reason.
Yeah, they
too,
kill
that
so
was,
many
like-
animals.
And then, but
That's upsetting.
the only one that like I was kind of like I don't know if that bugs me was the monkey that the one guy eats the brains of because I guess
It's really upsetting.
it's
but,
upsetting to watch
upsetting.
because it's real, but I guess that like that wasn't even part of the story, or the director didn't even want to do that. The the native in the scene just was doing that,
Yeah.
and so they started filming it and just put it in there. So it was kind of like, all right, that seems like something that they just casually do. So okay, this doesn't seem like a creative decision here.
But James also talks about, have you guys ever seen Rogue from 2007? Because I love this movie. It's so underrated.
Is that alligator one?
Crocodile.
Crocodile. I haven't seen it,
yes.
but I've just recently started hearing about it, and it looks cool. I want to watch it.
So it's made by director Greg McLean, who did the Wolf Creek movies. Have you guys ever seen those?
I have not, but I've heard of them, and I want to watch those as well.
I've only seen the first one. I was a little underwhelmed, but it's still pretty fun. I still recommend it. Rogue 2007 though, I feel like is the best movie that guy's ever made. Like I love that film. It's if you like crocodiles or alligator movies, like I don't know why I have a affinity for all those. Like even the bad ones, I just enjoy. I don't know why. I just love them. That one is just it's probably the best crocodile. It's the best CGI crocodile movie ever made.
Better than Lake Placid?
Way better. I hate Lake Placid.
Really?
I despise that movie with a passion.
I like Lake.
I think it's
Placid.
all right.
The dialogue in Lake Placid makes me want to just man, I don't know. But Texas Chainsaw 4 is also the best of the franchise, James is saying. Oh, James, I love these hot takes. I love hot
It's
takes
very
about
ridiculous.
anything. I love it.
It's one of the it's the best one to sit and laugh at.
It's very
If you just want to turn your brain off and point at the TV and laugh, then that's.
I mean,
that's the one
it
to
really
go.
is enjoyable for
It's
that
hilarious.
reason, you know?
It's not a movie that I would be against rewatching because it's just so entertaining.
when Matthew McConaughey just goes, "Yeah, brr," I love that. That's the best sound effect in all of movie history.
I like that.
is.
He has a robot leg that makes a noise every time he moves.
yeah.
So unnecessary, but they did it. So
I just can't believe that movie exists. So I gotta give it credit where credit is due. Like there's nothing else in cinema history that's anything like it.
Yeah, no, I mean it's one of those special things that you get once in a I can't even say that
a
about
once in a
I
lifetime
can't even say that
opportunity.
about the whole Matthew McConaughey Renee Zellweger story too. Like that's the only reason it got released is because they were in it before they got famous. It's so funny to me, so crazy. Wolf Creek is odd, like most of us Aussies. That's funny, Wayne. I don't know. I feel like it's a little uneventful. That's my thing about Wolf Creek. It's just a little. I mean, I think if you like just like thrillers in general, you'll love Wolf Creek. It's a really good thriller. It's just a little slow to start, and then when you finally get to the punches, it's just not as like doesn't hit as hard as I need a movie to hit. You know what I mean? Like that was my problem with it. I still enjoyed it. It was still fun. Greg McLean has a certain style he brings to that movie and Rogue that I like. I actually really like the way he writes characters, even if like they basically have to make like the dumbest decisions ever in both of those movies to make the plot work. But where it goes from that, it's very fun in both films, I will say. So good stuff. I'm going to see Wolf Creek for the first time tonight. Yeah, enjoy it. It's good stuff. Next Generation is fun, and Matthew McConaughey stole the show. I want the movie. There is a 4K release of that, by the way. I don't know if you guys have seen.
No, I have the Scream Factory Blu-ray, and the Blu-ray transfer is
maybe
terrible.
that's what I'm thinking of.
Oh yeah,
I thought there
awful.
was.
It looks
really
like
bad.
It looks like the film reel or whatever got destroyed or something.
Oh, really?
It looks like someone spilled Diet Pepsi all over the film reel or something because it's all fuzzy and like static. Even on like the Blu-ray, it looks like it looks like shit.
I was actually thinking about buying that one. I'm not even gonna lie.
Well, still buy it.
Still buy it? Okay.
Because there's nothing they can do about it. That's just the movie. That's how the DVD looks. That's how the Blu-rays looks. The Blu-ray just looks like an upscaled version of that, but it still looks terrible. Like objectively,
I forgot about that.
Like objectively, it's better than the DVD, but objectively, it is the best way to watch it. But it still looks really rough. But it kind of adds to it. If that makes
I
any
feel
sense.
like it does add to it. You know what I mean? Like that's a weird thing.
It kind of adds to this. Like it feels like a movie you would find at your uncle's house in the early 2000s on VHS.
Yeah, it's like mysterious,
and watch on a shitty small TV at night, looking over your shoulder, making sure nobody's going to catch you watching it. That's just the look of the movie. I'm tying this to some childhood memory.
No, I totally. Listen, I have been there before. I understand that. I'd sneak around, watch some horror movies when I was a kid when I probably wasn't supposed to, and got terrified. That's why I wasn't supposed to watch them. I watched I watched Child's Play 2, I believe, when I was a kid, and that scene where he explodes at the toy factory and all that scared the hell out of me. Like, you know how he's like all big, like his head like blows up and all that or whatever. I don't know why that image just terrified me as a child for whatever reason. But
we were watching marathoning the Child's Play movies because I had only ever seen the first one, and he hadn't seen any of them.
Two's my favorite. Two's the best.
I bought the box set, and we marathoned them all in 1 week. We didn't watch the remake, but we watched everything.
Yeah, we still haven't seen
we watched 1 to Cult. And all in like 1 week. And we were watching 2, and in like the final act where they're in the factory, there's like an alarm beeping in the movie.
Well, there's a scene where someone pulls a lever
and an alarm starts beeping in the movie. And so like sometime while that alarm was going off in the movie, the fire alarm in the dorm started going off because there was a fire drill in the dorm. Yeah. But it was kind of quiet.
We had no idea.
And it sounded identical to the alarm in the movie. So we just think the alarm's still going off in the movie, in the scene. And then eventually they leave like the factory or something. It was weird.
No, eventually I was like, the alarm is still going. And eventually I was like, man, my ears kind of hurt. Like, this is really loud, dude. Like, you turn this down. I'm like, wait a second. Can you mute it? And we muted it.
You're just like, oh my God.
I was like, dude, how long has that been going on for? I told him, I was like, we might as well I'm like, I don't smell smoke. I was like, we should just sit here and not go out there because we're going to look dumb if we go out there 10 minutes later.
So you guys haven't seen the remake of Child's Play yet, though?
No.
Nope.
Oh man, I would love to talk. I want to talk about that with somebody so bad on us. I could talk about that movie like on a 2-hour stream with someone straight because I have so many. There's so many like really. There's so many like super positive things about that movie that they change up. That's like really cool. And there's so many very negative things. Like it is a roller coaster of a movie in my opinion. But some people love it. Some people really enjoy it.
I'm gonna watch it.
We have E-Man talking. I love the remake for how different it was. I do too. And they tried to be for modern audiences. There's just some things I would love to. Sometime we'll talk about it. I don't want to spoil it for these gentlemen here, but what was the one that you were pointing to there?
It was up a little bit. Lost
this one?
Boys.
Lost Boys. Top. The Lost Boys, question mark, there we go.
Yeah.
Yes. John Smith talking about the Lost Boys. How do you guys feel about that film?
Love it. I love the Lost Boys.
I love it too. I think it's
okay,
really
I was making
enjoyable.
sure we're talking about like the original and not this new one that they're supposedly making because I'm like, I don't want
I heard about the cast and I'm like, I'm just not, I don't even know
I
if
forgot.
I'm
I
interested.
literally deleted that from my brain.
Just deleted it from your brain. I'm I really liked this. I really liked the original Lost Boys. I don't even know if I'm interested in that, but hey, maybe. I don't know. You never know. I always like to give things a chance, especially when they're in IPs of things I like.
I just recently watched the original like back in the fall. I had never seen it before. I had like this preconceived notion just from the cover of the movie. I thought like I was like, this is gonna be 80s Twilight, and then I watched it and I was like, this is the greatest vampire movie that I have ever seen.
Yeah, no, it's really
like,
it's up there.
This
dude.
is like a 10 out of 10. I love everything about this. I'm gonna throw this on all the time. Perfect movie.
Yeah,
I
no,
love
it's
it. It's so
really good. I actually
it surprised me.
it does have like I know what you mean about the 80s Twilight thing though. It does have a little bit of that, you know what I mean?
It looks like
little...
that, but then you watch it and it's badass.
No,
It's
it's written really well. The
actually
characters are
badass,
great.
you know?
Yes,
it's not all mopey emo. It's like badass, like Giga Chad vampires. You know, it's like Giga Chad vampires. Yeah,
Giga Chad before we had Giga Chads.
the Lost Boys invented Giga Chad.
That's a fact. That is, you heard it here first, folks. No, good stuff. Good stuff. I saw Scream 4 for the first time in a good while. Kind of boring. It has some lulls. It has some. Scream 4 is not a perfect movie, but I still think it's my favorite sequel.
It's my favorite sequel as well.
Same.
I do see what you're saying though about like it has some. It's spotty. Like it's definitely spotty. It has some like the very beginning and the very end.
Perfectly. I think the technology is a little.
Well, I was just telling Jake about this. The reason why the movie's so blurry and bright looking is because Wes Craven was trying to make fun of the way that the Platinum Dunes
And the whole movie is
looked.
kind of making fun of those movies.
I was talking about the
which I like.
technology that they use in the movie.
Oh,
That
gotcha.
is like a
I thought
little-
you meant like
No, yeah. I get
the
that.
technical aspects.
No, yeah.
If you watch that movie from the standpoint of it being a parody of all those like early thousands, like the crappy ones specifically, because Platinum Dunes, in all fairness, they have some hits, but they have a lot of misses too.
Yeah.
If you watch it from that perspective, I think you can appreciate it a lot more. That's my thing. I think out of all the sequels, it's the best one to comment on something in the horror space the best, really, because like 5 really didn't just kind of miss the boat on that
5
one.
was like Star Wars.
Yeah, and 2 and 3 are all about Sidney Prescott. I like them for those reasons, but I wish there was more sequels in the Scream franchise, especially that commented on things in the horror space. Like that's why the first one blew up so much. You know,
Yeah.
I was almost wishing the sequels would do that a little more. 4 is the only one to really dive into that super deeply.
And you can tell that Wes was kind of just like watching. He's like, okay, you know, they just remade my movie Nightmare on Elm Street. These
and they just didn't want anything to do with them
He's
either.
like, so I need to break out the Scream gloves and make fun of this stuff.
Right, and then a year later, here we go.
perfectly.
Yeah, no, I love it. I think it's great. It's fun. It really is on its own. I think it's a masterpiece of a sequel, if I don't say so myself. But it does have its problems for sure. It does. The very ending, I think, is just what the hell is going on at the hospital and all that. Like I don't know. I wish it would have ended with Jill just getting rolled out.
The movie, it does kind of just keep going after you think it's about to end. And to some people, and yeah, that's probably done on purpose to surprise people. But for me, I was kind of like, oh, I guess there's more. You know, I was like, all right, but I enjoyed it.
I just swallowed like a Carolina Reaper something because I was fine for a second, and then suddenly I just took a big swallow. And I'm like, okay. Whoa, here we go.
Do you
again.
want to eat some of the less spicy wings?
Yeah, we've had those sitting there for 90 whole minutes. So, we are going to be wrapping up sometime soon, but I just wanted to say thank you to everybody who joined the stream tonight. Unfortunately, we did not get through all the spicy wings, but so maybe sometime in the future we'll do this again because it's always fun. I like doing surprise spicy streams. It's always a good time. But we will be answering some questions for another like 5 minutes, and then we're gonna be wrapping up here. Like I said though, if you guys just like listening to us talk, we might do this as a weekly thing. Might be fun. I don't know. I think it would be cool to start streaming with all these guys. We all talk about horror movies all the time, so I'm just like, why don't we just do that on my page? You know.
That would be cool.
Come on. Here we go. So John Smith is asking about thoughts on X. What do you guys think about X real quick?
I think it's good.
I need to watch it again.
I don't think it's.
That's it.
I
You're just like, I think it's good.
I don't think it's the greatest thing ever. I think it's good. Like it's not. It's technically good. It's good. It's not bad. It's just like it's good.
I think it's really well shot and edited and written, and it's smart. But like Wayne just said, the scariest thing in the movie was the old couple banging on the bed.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
That's the scariest part of the movie.
I think a good word was underwhelming as a slasher movie.
The first kill was great.
I've seen that movie before, you know?
Yeah.
I just really, I don't know. Something about it just really caught me off guard because I've seen so many movies where it's like And this is not a bad thing. I've seen a lot of movies that are trying to be a little more wittier, a little smarter, try to have some social commentary and implement all that. I like movies like that personally. I know some people don't, but I really did. I thought it was just a really nice, refreshing. It wasn't that at all. It was just kind of a simplistic slasher movie, and for that to have so much hype around it was really exciting to me. And I thought it was fun. The kills were pretty fun too. I know you didn't love the kills. We've talked a little bit about this before, but I don't know. The alligator thing was like I was sold on the movie at that point. Saw Hatchet for the first time ever a few nights ago, and not a fan. Cody was not a fan of Hatchet.
I actually haven't seen any.
Yeah, I've not seen Hatchet.
I know Q from Impractical Jokers is in the fourth one.
Wait, what?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Q from Impractical Jokers is in Victor Crowley.
Oh, okay, no way. See, I've only seen the first Hatchet, and it's pretty okay. I thought it was all right. You know, I wasn't super impressed by it. Guy Busick, who the writer of the new Scream film, is saying that Nev Campbell is returning. So clearly this is.
You heard it here first.
You heard it here first. Clearly this is undeniable. Undeniable facts here. So, thank you, Guy, for showing up to the stream. I feel so great. Can you do a video with Cody Leach and I would be honored. I love both of them so much. They are both great content creators.
Cody Leach and Drum Dums are two of my go-tos.
love Drum Dums.
They're some
he's
of my
great.
go-tos.
I
just love Drum Dums.
Cody Leach just put out something about like some people were making fun of him on a stream or something. I didn't look all into that, but I'm like, what the hell? Why are you picking on these content creators? What the hell, man? I love Cody Leach. You know what? To counteract that, I love Cody. I love Haunted Hippie too. Her content's amazing. Do you guys watch her? She's great. She's great. Like her content's fantastic.
It sounds familiar, but I'm not sure.
She has some really good videos. She doesn't like upload like as frequently as like I'm insane. I don't know. I just spend my entire life making making content, but her content's always great. It's very well edited. I just love her takes on things. It's good stuff.
Let's check it out.
Next for a KillJoy guest on Dead, my head would explode if I was on the Dead Meat podcast. My head would explode. And I'm James Chelsea. Maybe you're out there. Someone I don't know. That would be awesome. Just saying. I would do anything. I would drink a gallon of milk and throw it up on their set if they wanted me to.
Everybody make it happen.
Make it happen.
Say, check out KillJoy
comments of every restore the KillJoy Jake verse.
Get Dead Meat into the KillJoy Jake universe.
Do it. Make it happen.
Yeah, no, they're all fantastic. I love. There's so many great content creators in this space. It's awesome. I'm so glad to even though I'm a small one, I still feel great to be in this space with everybody. It's awesome. Do y'all think the killers in Scream 6 could actually be an already resident of New York City? And yes, first of all, I mean, it's a tough city to just figure out. May make a chase scene more exciting if he or she knows their way around. What do you guys? This is a great question. What do you guys think about this?
This sort of brought. I legitimately think they're going to. They might do. I could see them doing a bunch of people, like a bunch of people as Ghostface. It's not just like two killers. It's a bunch of people in New York because it's a huge city.
Cult of Ghostface theory.
I can see it happening. I actually can.
I will say this is the movie to do it if they're going to do it. I mean, big city. You couldn't do that in Woodsboro. You know what I mean? You couldn't do a cult of Ghostface in Woodsboro. It just wouldn't make any sense. It's a small town. You're in New York City this time. It's I feel like it's very possible we stumble onto that a little bit here.
If that was the twist, that it's like it's like, who's this guy? It's like, who's that guy? They lift off. There's nobody. It's just a bunch of random Ghostface. Could be interesting.
We've never been a fan of the whole cult twist.
No, I hate the cult twist.
This would be a case where that would be
hot
cool.
take.
Yeah.
Hot take. What? Oh man. Okay. So you would like it if they did it that way though.
I would be cool with that. Yeah.
If they do it right,
okay.
If it's not an actual like religious cult, then
I pitched based off of that, I pitched my cult idea, and what I was saying was, what if it was a whole like frat house of people, like, and that was the cult.
I'm talking about. It's just like
cool.
a bunch of That's a little more in what I'm talking about.
I think I think if it was like religious, that might be weird. That might not. I don't know if that would work, but.
Stand that.
I don't know if that would work with Scream or not, but we're gonna answer just it just wouldn't. You're just like, okay. I love Dead Meat. Good stuff. Thoughts on the return of Jill Roberts since Emma felt she isn't done with Scream. Emma Roberts recently had a quote talking about how she didn't feel like she was done with Jill Roberts. She wants to come back at some point. Could they do that? And just a reminder, Hold on. Oh, wait. Just wait 1 second. Wait 1 second, Sean. Okay. No, I'm kidding. Just a reminder, she only got shot in the chest. And her head got electrocuted. But she only got shot in the chest. She technically never got shot in the face. Do you think it would be possible?
It would be possible, but I wouldn't like it.
You wouldn't like it?
I wouldn't like it. I'd be like... I thought she was really good in Scream 4. I thought she was the most... For me, personally, she was the most hateable Ghostface. Like, I really...
That's what I loved about her, though. That's...
You know... and... seeing her die was satisfying. So it's like, oh, you bring her back, I'm gonna be mad.
She killed her own mom, man. I mean, that's like, messed up, dude. She the Jiller killer is very evil. That's how we refer to her.
For me, she's the most evil of the ghost faces.
I agree, dude. I mean,
that's why I love
evil.
Scream 4 so much, because it's got this ruthless ghost face with her and everything. So it's like, I don't know, bringing her back, I think would take something away from it.
Jiller killer, Christian, how do you feel about a resurrection?
I say you let her rest in peace.
I gotcha. Now, one more question, and then we're going to end the stream, because speaking of all that, I feel like this is an important thing. I already see people talking about it in the chat. The stew train has been a massive thing that's been rolling around the channels. Who's on the stew train? Who's not on the stew train? Are you guys on the stew train? Are you guys like, oh yeah, we need Stu back in this movie? How do you guys feel about him coming back?
I think Scream 5 was the opportunity to do it, and I think that opportunity has that ship has sailed.
Yeah,
you think that ship has sailed?
Okay,
I mean,
anymore,
Scream 5 was the time and place to do it, and they didn't. So it's like, I don't think that there's another time and place to do it. I mean, his house was in 5. You know, that was the time and place, I think. But going to New York City, not having Nev Campbell, I don't think Scream 6 would be a good time.
You don't need it. You don't
need it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Unless you like needed
Hot
it,
take.
I would take it. But you don't need it. It's good. We can do something else.
I'm kind of on the stew train right now, and this is mostly largely in part to I'm not Daddy's Queen's Fantastic World is saying we have this YouTuber in the space named Craven Something Scary, very much so on the stew train, and we did this whole live stream together talking a little bit about like the logistics of him coming back, and it's not that it's not that insane that you would survive a CRT TV falling on your head. We actually did like some research as to like real cases where that happened. It was a really good stream. I highly recommend you guys checking that out. But I'm not opposed to it. I think it might be cool if they do it in a certain way.
I think it's possible he could have lived. I just don't want to see Stu back in.
Don't want to see Stu.
I feel like I love Stu. I love Stu. Keep him in Scream 1.
Stu. I like it. Good stuff. That's funny. Okay, actually, the one last thing, because actually I do want to talk a little bit about this without spoiling anything, because Sean, you posted a picture on your Instagram the other day that was maybe a little spoilery. I'm just kidding. I don't care. But is there anything you want to say about Red Right Hand before we leave that you feel like isn't spoiling anything that you're excited for in the film?
I'm in it.
This guy's in it.
I'm also in the film.
Do you guys want to reveal if you're the secret ghost, the devil ghost face killer or not? No. Are you?
I don't want to reveal that.
You don't want to reveal that?
I don't want to disclose this information.
You don't want to disclose that? I hope I was testing you. That was your test. Christian, are you the devil ghost face killer?
No comment.
No comment. Oh, interesting. Maybe I'm the devil ghost face killer. Ooh. I guess we'll have to find out in December, because it's a grand mystery. I really hope you guys like it. We spent me and Matt, I'm not even kidding, we spent months writing this. So we were like, the one thing I want to accomplish is that it's a good mystery. That's the one I really just hope it's a good mystery. I hope it really just pulls the wool over people's eyes. I went nuts trying to make this thing good. So I hope you guys enjoy it. I hope you guys enjoyed the stream tonight. It was so much fun hanging out with all you guys, talking about horror movies. We were all over the place, and that's what I love about this channel. So make sure to like, subscribe, do all that crap. You guys know the drill. Thank you guys so much for watching again, and as always, don't forget to kill it out there.